you guys?
Yeah, give it up for Madisyn. Got some fans in the audience.
I know. Thank you guys.
So I have to tell you, my roommates have officially staged an intervention for me because I've been singing Drop That What around the apartment all week long, and it's becoming a problem.
It gets stuck in your head.
It's so catchy.
I know. We're always singing it around set because ever since the first episode, whenever Mike, who makes all the songs for the episodes, he started playing it, it's always stuck in our head, so we're always singing it. That's like our song.
Yeah, it's currently my theme song, so thank you to whoever's responsible.
You.
I was doing a little research on you, looking at your IMDb page, and you've done so much at such a young age. I feel so woefully inadequate standing next to you. So can you explain to me, how did you get into this business in the first place?
I've always wanted to be in the performing arts ever since I was really young, and I told my mom whenever I was about 4 years old, and she thought I would just outgrow it, but I never did, and I kept on bugging her for about another 2 years, and then whenever I was 6, I kept on, and she was like, okay, we'll try it. So I got an agent out in North Carolina, where I'm from, and we went to AMTC, which is an acting convention for young actors and older ones, and I went in winter 2008, I'm pretty sure, and I got an agent, and I moved to New York, and I booked a Broadway show called Enron, and we lived out here for 7 years, and then I booked Game Shakers and moved out to California 3 years ago.
Wow, and the rest is history.
I know, and to know that I've accomplished my dream at such a young age is pretty awesome.
No, yeah, you and your mom, your whole family should be so proud. It's so impressive.
Well, thank you.
And of course, right, everyone knows you from Game Shakers,
Yes.
the Nickelodeon hit that's been running for 2 seasons, and shortly we'll start shooting its 3rd season.
Yes, we start filming season 3 in June, and we go back in April for some other things that you guys will find out here soon, and we start filming the actual season in June, though.
Got it. One thing I didn't know is that the show is created by Dan Schneider.
Oh my God, yes.
The legendary Dan Schneider, for those who don't know, is basically responsible for all of your favorite Nickelodeon shows ever, like The Amanda Show, all of that, iCarly. So what is it like to kind of join the ranks of these legendary casts?
Oh my God, it's awesome. He's such an amazing, talented person. So just being in the same room as him for like 2 years is just amazeballs. Honestly, it's just a dream come true, honestly. And he's always bringing people from like old shows to our set.
No way.
We've had people from Victoria's come. Ariana Grande has came to set. Yeah, just a ton of huge alumni from Nickelodeon have came by. And at the Teen Choice Awards last year, I met Victoria Justice, which was pretty awesome.
Was that like the fave for you? Your kind of
I would say
Nick
my
Idol?
fave is Erin Sanders, personally.
Okay, understandable.
And I've pitched this to Dan. I really want her to be on an episode, and that way, like, she can play my aunt or my sister or something, just because we're both nerdy and we're both, like, the geeky ones out of the cast. But I feel like it would be, like, a nice little thing.
No, I'm very here for that. Very here for that. Is there a Nickelodeon show that you watched when you were growing up that kind of inspired you or drew you to the network?
Definitely Zoe 101, iCarly, and Victorious, those 3. Victorious because it's all about the performing arts, and I play numerous instruments. I play guitar, ukulele, keyboard, a dab of the bass, and I sing. So that show was just like an automatic connect. And then for iCarly and Drake and Josh in Zoe 101, they were just like cool little shows that I used to watch, and you would never think that I would be on one of the shows that he's created.
You know, one of my favorites is All That, and of course, Kel Mitchell is also in Game Shakers, and I mean, he makes me laugh so much. And I'm curious, what is it like to be with him on set? Is he as funny on set as he is on screen?
I feel like he's more funny off screen, honestly, because we always call him Uncle Kel. He's the best guy you can ever meet. He's so sweet, he's so caring, and he's always looking out for us for our best interest at art.
And so many hijinks go on the show, you know, in the Game Shakers company, and you guys are always up to something. Are there any sort of like, oh my God, moments on set that you can tell us? Any funny stories?
I have a really funny story. You guys, some of you may have heard this already, but a lot of people don't know this. I had the hugest crush on Thomas in season 1. Like, hugest crush ever. Like, it was bad. And we were upstairs in Web one day with the people that create like our posters and all the videos that you see on like gameshakers.com and Nickelodeon.com and on YouTube and whatever. And we were up there talking about just dream guys and dream girls that we would date. And Thomas was like, I date someone like Maddie. And I started freaking out. I was like, oh my God, he likes me. Oh my God, this has happened. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. And I just got really overwhelmed. And we were walking down the stairs. I tumbled down the stairs.
No.
I had a huge bruise all over the left side of me, and I pulled the arm rail out of the wall.
That sounds like a rough moment. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it hurt emotionally and physically. And then after that, I didn't want to seem like a wuss around him because, I mean, he's some gymnast. He's like this tough guy. I'm like, I'm not gonna seem like a wuss. So I started trying to laugh it off, like it didn't hurt. And I couldn't hold it in anymore, and I started bawling my eyes out, and he carried me to my car.
Oh, that's sweet.
I was like, oh my God, he still likes me. Oh my God.
All good in the end.
But we're best friends. Everything's cleared up. We're just friends. He's friend zoned, like hard. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we got some resolution to that story. You know, and something I love so much about this show, speaking of Go to Game Shakers, is that it's such a kind of an empowering representation for young girls who are interested in math and science, and too often we do not see that on our TV screens. So talk to me about playing a character like that you know, inspires a lot of people watching at home.
Well, this is the first Nickelodeon or Disney show that revolves around girl power and girls who code. So knowing that this is inspiring so many young girls and boys to just come out of their comfort zone and say, I'm a coder, I'm cool. And it's just awesome. And sometimes like little kids will come up to us and just say, you inspire me so much. Thank you so much for the work that you do. It's just so awesome. And it's such a warm feeling in your heart that you can't get through anything else.
Would you say you are like Kenzie in that way? Like, I'm famously bad at math. Like, I cannot even do a tip. It's terrible. Are you?
I'm good at math.
You're good. Okay.
But I cannot code for my life. Not at all. I do hope in the future maybe I will learn a couple of things, but right now I am clueless and I have no idea what I'm supposed to be typing. So whenever we're filming like on the green screen, because we actually film on green screens for like the technology, like the pear pads and the computers, but I don't know what I'm supposed to type, so I just type pointless things, and they're like, make it look more codey. I'm like, cool. So hopefully I'll learn a few things, that way I'll know what to do. But who knows?
Otherwise, would you say that your personality skews close to Kenzie or not so much?
In the coding way, no. But we're both nerdy, and we express our nerdiness in the same way. We both flaunt it, and we don't care what other people think. And I definitely feel like Kenzie is another half of me, and I'm another half of Kenzie. So we're definitely like a person collided.
And it's also so exciting to see these other projects on your horizon. You know, you recently started An Ordinary World with Billie Joe Armstrong of Green Day. Mm-hmm. What is it like sort of transitioning to more mature, more adult roles from a Nickelodeon show? It's
very different because, like, in Ordinary World, in the original script, there were cuss words that I would never be able to say on a Nickelodeon show. And it's just, the whole dynamic is very different because for Ordinary World, we only shot for like a month. Whereas Game Shakers, we're shooting for 3 years. So we're working with that same cast and crew that's amazing for like a matter of like a long time. Whereas like with Ordinary World, we were only with them for a short amount of time. And I fell in love with so many people, and you may never see them again, which is really sad.
And is there someone that you look to, like there's a lot of Nickelodeon stars or Disney stars that have made that jump, some less successfully than others. Do you have one that you're like, they did it right? Like, I'm inspired by their career. I want to follow that path.
Victoria Justice and Ariana. Ariana took the music route, which is really awesome and inspiring because who knows, I may take that. And then Victoria Justice, she's still doing her movies occasionally, but she also finished school and got everything done, which is really inspiring because personally, I want to be a neurosurgeon whenever I'm older. I want to do ninth 9th and 10th grade in 1 year and 11th and 12th in the other year. So I can do high school in 2 years and get college classes done early. That way I can get my degree in neuroscience early. And that way I won't have to do more years of college in the long run, which I'm hoping will get done. But that's like my dream. So I aspire to be like one of them.
You've got it laid out. You're like, I know I'm in 5 years, 10 years. This is impressive.
Thank you.
And you mentioned music, and I know you're sort of an aspiring musician. What can you tell us about that side of your talent that we haven't seen as much of?
I am working on releasing some songs, some covers, and some originals. At some point in time, we are working on them in the studio right now. So who knows when they'll be released, but they should be released sometime soon. I want to release one before the Kids' Choice Awards, just so everyone will know this side of me, because they've only seen covers on Instagram, which it'll be awesome to just release a full song. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
Oh my God, we can't wait. And speaking of Instagram, yeah, I've seen these cute music videos that you do with in Snapchat and Instagram. Talk to me about social media and your fans. I imagine it's a popular mode of communicating with you. Is there one that you like the most, or one you really want to use for fans?
So for fan interaction, I really like Instagram because there's live now. And my plan for while I'm in New York, I'm going live with my best friend Lily every night. So either it's on my account or on her account. And last night we had a shaving cream fight, and it got everywhere. That was hilarious. There's pictures all over my Snapchat and my Instagram, but that was hilarious. But the fans, you can just read their comments and respond back to them and make their day and just get the word across for different things that you want to talk about.
Oh my God, I need to tune into this live New York session.
Oh my God, yes.
And unfortunately, with all the good that social media can bring, I know there's also a negative side, and living your life in the public eye and with so many followers. Do you engage with those commenters or trolls on your page if you do have them?
My mom and dad do have access to my account along with my agent, and they always go through the post and clear out the bad comments because, it doesn't really faze me as much as it did in the beginning of this season, of season 1, because I didn't really know what to expect. And whenever people were calling me nerdy and ugly, it just kind of got to me. But now I really don't care because I'm comfortable in my own skin now, and I really don't care what other people think. So if they don't like me for who I am, then they don't like me, but I'm going to be myself.
Yes, can we get a round of applause for that? I love that.
Thank you. That's the way that you got to live by.
No, I like that philosophy. I might approach that. But I'm glad your parents are so involved. That's such a great way to sort of,
They're so supportive, which I love. My mom and dad have always supported me since day one, which I just want to thank them so much for that.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
And before we go to Q&A, I'd love to know what advice you have for, young aspiring singers or actors out there. You found so much success, but what would you say to those people who are, still on YouTube, still trying to figure out their craft?
Always follow your dream and don't let other people change your dream. You can accomplish whatever you put your mind to, so just try it.
Good advice again. Okay, I think we're going to go to audience Q&A.
All right.
Hi, first question. What's your favorite thing about playing Kenzie? What's your favorite part about it?
Working with the amazing cast and crew that I get to work with, they're all so supportive, and anytime I'm in a need of trouble or I need help for something, they're always looking out for me, and they're always finding something to help cheer me on or advice or whatever it takes.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
What warm-ups do you do before you start the set or the scenes? What do you guys do?
So normally we fool around a lot on set. We always have a ton of bloopers, but before we record the scene, we go over the script with our script supervisor and our scriptie, and they just help make sure we get our lines right, because some people don't look over at the weekend. I've done that before. Bad mistake. But you've just got to know your lines, just be on cue, because without that, you're not going to have a show. Thank you.
Right, such a cute outfit.
Thank you. I'm obsessed with this skirt.
Hi, Maddie.
Skirt. Hi.
As someone who's been on both coasts, what are your favorite things about New York versus LA?
I have a lot of friends out here. My old schools are out here, so whenever I come back, I get to go visit them and go see them, which is pretty awesome. Actually, on Friday, I'm going to visit my old schools, which is great because I get to see them and I get to see some of my friends and meet up with them. And LA, I like the weather better, but out here, I mean, it's kind of nice having the 4 seasons because you have snow, you have summer, you have winter, you have fall, you have everything. Whereas LA, it's all like, it's either cold or it's hot. There's nothing in between.
Hello.
Hi.
Obviously, you have everything planned out for your life. So if you weren't acting, was there ever a plan B?
Neuroscience. I want to be a neurosurgeon or in the music field. Those are my 2 options. But who knows what will happen in the future, honestly, because you never know what the future holds.
Well, I know I would trust my life in your hands. So
Thank you.
Before we wrap this up, can you remind everybody when they can catch Game Shakers?
Yes, Saturdays at 8:30.
Awesome. Well, thank
On
you so much for
Nickelodeon.
joining us.
Thank you.